My next guest was a huge winner yesterday at UFC on ABC 1, getting that first round finish over Dusko Todorovic. It is Puna Soriano back here on the program. Puna, how's it going, man?
It's good. It's good. I'm glad to be here. Glad to have you saying I'm a winner. It's good.
Yeah, it's an awesome feeling, man. Congratulations. We'll talk about the fight in a sec, because there's a lot of crazy things that actually happened leading up to that fight. But first, how was the fight week experience going to Abu Dhabi, doing the quarantine? I mean, this is all new for you because you haven't fought, since December of 2019.
Yeah, it's been a while. It was a quick refresher. It was nice to see the UFC staff. It was nice to see how hard everyone works here and just how accommodating they are, as well as the Abu Dhabi staff here at the hotel. It's been awesome. Every worker at the hotel, I asked them, it's been my favorite thing. I asked them where they're from, and I haven't gotten the same answer from anyone. It's been like the Philippines, Netherlands, Nigeria, like everyone's from a different place. And it's kind of cool, and everyone's just friendly and just enjoying their job.
Excellent. And how were you feeling going into the fight? Because you mentioned the layoff, you've been off for a bit. I know you've had some injuries. Like mentally, how were you feeling in the cage last night? Because you looked amazing, but it's after the fight, so we can ask those questions.
Yeah, inside the cage, I felt great. Every time I'm in the cage, as soon as the door closes, I know no matter what circumstances I'm under, I'm gonna perform and be at my best. But prior to getting in it, oh man, I was a nervous wreck. A year off is rough. A year off and coming back to fight a fellow undefeated fighter who's a stud, I watched this guy's tape, and like, there's no doubt about it, he's undefeated for a reason. And it was just kind of scary, but I thrive off of those things. Those things make me better as a fighter, and I turn all those things into positives for me.
Yeah, well, certainly the result was certainly what you wanted. I got to know as well, not having Dan Ige there. I know you guys are buddies. I know he's not at every one of your fights, but did you talk to him leading into the fight? Because I know this was, something for both of you, because you guys grew up together.
Yeah, Dan always talks to me almost every day anyway. So it was nice. He just kind of gave me some tips. He just told me to have fun, be myself, and just enjoy the moment. And it worked out,
No, it certainly did. Now, did you know at the time you stepped into the cage that Dana was making that announcement with Khabib at the time? Did you know that before you started fighting?
Oh, no, not at all. I had zero clue. All I was focused on was the fight.
Yeah, so I'm sure you found out after that Dana White said 3 p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to make the announcement with Khabib. Everyone's tuning in to your fight. Like, how cool is that? Like, Dana unintentionally gave you a ton of promotion on that fight. I'm sure you know now, but how cool is that, though, that, like, first card on ABC, you're the first fight and everyone's tuning in?
Yeah, that was super sweet. Thank you so much, Dana. Yeah, it was awesome, it was like a secret little boost.
Yeah. And at the time we're recording this, I mean, we don't know the numbers, but they got to be huge. I mean, this to be on ABC in the afternoon on a Saturday in the US especially is awesome.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. We'll be keeping tabs on those numbers, I'm sure, once we get the results there. But could that fight have gone any better, man? I mean, you don't get paid by the hour. I think that's what, 7 first round finishes for you in 8 fights. I mean, that's an incredible stat.
Yeah, every fight I go into, I look for the finish, and every time I go out there, it gets sweeter and sweeter every time. I just love it. There's no better feeling than putting someone away. It just feels great. For some reason, it just feels like it's what I'm meant to do, and I just want to keep doing it over and over.
Do you feel like in some ways it's kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde thing with you, because you're such a nice guy? I mean, I met you in person, you're friendly and all this, but then you see the emotion in the cage. It's like you just sort of, it's like you come out of your shell. You're like the Hulk. Like, as soon as you won that fight, just to see the emotion, I saw you pointing to the crowd. I think you were pointing to DC or someone. What's that like when you win a fight like that and it's, you're getting to enjoy the moment?
Oh, it was unbelievable, and like the crowd was there too, so I think it was even more of a boost. I really don't even know what happened. I had all these plans of like a celebration plan, but I remember like I was just so excited. I looked over and I saw DC, and I remember saying, "Yeah, Anik, yeah, DC, yeah, Hardy," just like being so excited, and I don't know, I just went off.
You said you blacked out during the fight, like in terms of like you were just sort of, I assume you're saying sort of you were on autopilot. Does that really happen to you where you're just like in the moment, you just sort of go for it?
100% in every fight that happens. As soon as like I as soon as like the fight starts, I go off. Like I remember even just standing there, like standing eye to eye, looking at each other. Like I still got some thoughts going, you know. And then as soon as we start walking towards each other, we touch, boom, it's off. I don't remember anything. Um, I just trust my instincts 100%, and they've never let me down. And for whatever reason, they make the adjustments. I don't even know how it's making the adjustments. I don't know what adjustments have been made, but it just happens, and I trust it 100%.
It's like the opposite of being blackout drunk. Like usually when you're blackout drunk, you wake up in the morning with regret. You're like getting to enjoy this wonderful
Yeah.
moment. So I think that's pretty good. Was there any point you were worried about overexerting yourself? You know, because Dusko, like you said, undefeated, never been
Mhm.
finished. I know the plan is to always take your opponent's head off early on, but was that going through your
Mhm.
head? Like, I hope I don't overdo it in case he doesn't get finished.
No, people always like bring that into consideration when talking about me and whatnot, but I'm not afraid to get tired. I'll get tired in a fight. I could care less. I'm gonna get tired and still be swinging away.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stop me.
Yeah. Was there anything about Dusko that surprised you in the fight at all? Maybe something you weren't expecting?
Um, I don't think anything necessarily surprised me. I feel like we did our homework pretty well. He was the man I expected him to be. He was just as tough, just as skilled, just as versed in all aspects of the fight. And he didn't give up once. I was hitting him hard, and I remember like making eye contact with him on the ground, and he didn't have that like veered off look. He was focused and still trying to come back and get after it. And that's exactly who we thought we were going to fight.
I thought for sure you had the 50K bonus. I mean, that win was just unreal. But then
Yeah.
obviously we had all these upsets and some of the other big wins after that. I imagine the UFC did take care of you a little bit inside, you know, after the fight because like, it was just too many good highlights. Like it was sort of it was tough to pick, I would imagine.
Yeah, I hope so. It was funny. Me and Dan were joking around after like I set the bar a little too high, and everybody just like outperformed. You know, it was crazy. From my fight on, every fight just got better and better and better. It was insane.
Yeah, no, it's true. Well, I think part of it too was they were both upsets, right? Like, who was
Yeah.
it? D Chirico was a big upset over
Mm,
Buckley. I think if you were going to say there was going to be a
yeah.
knockout there, you'd probably say Buckley. And then
100%.
Lee with the win over Ponzinibbio. I mean, that was if you did MMA
Yeah.
math, like you know, Ponzinibbio beat Neil Magny, and then Magny beat Lee, and then Lee obviously finished him. So, yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
that played into it as well. The fact that they were underdogs, right? So.
Yeah. 100%.
Although you were an underdog as well, I was looking at the betting odds going in. I think some people had picked him. Did you have any friends win money on your fight?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. One of my buddies put like I want to say like 60 grand and
What?
one around 80. Yeah, he sent me the ticket. So for like a total payout of like 152,000. Like it was
What?
insane. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's going to take you out for dinner, right? He's got to.
I hope so. Yeah, maybe a
You did your
couple
part, right?
cheeseburgers.
You won him a lot of
Yeah.
money. That's like, I mean, like six figures is like a good salary for someone. I mean, that's
Oh
amazing.
man,
So
that's more than I made.
yeah, that's crazy, man. Good for you. That's awesome. By the way, I got to point out, got to give you some credit here. It's like 2 a.m. right now in Abu Dhabi. You're doing this. So are you just going to stay on like sort of West Coast time while you're there, or how are you going to navigate through the next little bit there?
I don't know. After we came home straight after the fight, I made it just in time for the main event, and like after Max's performance, I was wide awake. I couldn't
Everyone
sleep at
was, yeah.
all.
I mean, well, it was in the
Yeah.
afternoon here, but still, I mean, I was jacked up. I woke up
Yeah.
at like 9 o'clock, right? It was crazy.
Yeah, I could not sleep, so I figured I'd just stay up and wait for the breakfast buffet here. So I might just stay on that same routine. It was pretty fun.
That's good. What type of food do they got over there? It must be pretty good.
It's good. They've got great pancakes. I don't know if that's like an Abu Dhabi thing, but the pancakes are fire. Normal stuff, hash brown, like turkey bacon. They got a little section like it that changes. The other day it was like West African breakfast, but today it was like well, a dim sum soup, and it was super good both times. I can't wait to see what it is tomorrow.
They got to do a Hawaiian one just because, you know, there's a lot of you guys in town, right? Holloway,
Why
you know,
not?
so
Yeah.
there you go. That makes sense. So yeah, kind of on that note, when are you heading back to the States? Are you staying in Abu Dhabi just to catch some of the cards, or what's the plan for you going forward?
I don't know. Our scheduled flight is for after the 21st. I assume after the Wednesday fight, everyone's just kind of gonna jump on the plane together and head on out. But I'm just along for the ride. It's weird. I've literally have no responsibilities. I've got nothing going on, so I'm just like in a hotel with luxury service. But like it's weird. It's nice and amazing, but it's almost just like just weird at the same time.
No, because you're stuck, right? Because your girl's not with you, right? She's
Yeah,
back in the U.S., isn't she?
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
tough.
She's back at the U.S., but it's cool. Her mom came up and hung out with her, so I don't know.
What's this big wedding you're going to? You mentioned this after the fight. Is it a close like childhood friend or like who? What's this wedding? Because you said it was a wedding in Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, yeah. My buddy Isaac Hops. When I very first started training in Hawaii, so Dan brought me to the gym, and he was one of the guys there. And once Dan left to Vegas, I was there alone, and Isaac kind of like took me under his wing. We're like the same age, but it sounds kind of funny him taking me under his wing, but he really did, and we became like best friends. We hung out like every day. We would train every day, and on the weekends, I would work at a sushi bar, and him and one of our other friends, I would be the bouncer, and they would come out and just hang out with me while I work and
Nice.
get free sushi and stuff. And then the next day we'd go on hikes and stuff. So we were just super close, and I'm really excited to come home in general, and it's even more of a bonus that I get to come home and see his wedding.
That's great. So when is the wedding? When are you gonna head out there?
Um, I'm terrible with dates. I just know it's in March, so
Oh, gotcha.
we'll
Yeah. So
figure it
that
out when
because
it
that was
gets
gonna
close to
be
it.
my next question. Like when you're looking to fight, I'm
Yeah,
guessing the summer then, just because of this wedding.
yeah. I'm not sure. Hard to say. Who says I can't train while I'm there? I can have a good time and train as well. So who knows?
But it sounds like no bumps and bruises from this fight. Like you seem pretty healthy.
Yeah, I seem all right. My back's a little dinged up, and I think my hand's kind of sore. Something's moving around in my knuckle. Hopefully, hopefully it's nothing. But we'll see. I'm really motivated, honestly. Now I feel like after that performance, I almost feel like there could be a target on my back. Like people see that and want me, and I want to make sure I'm at my best, you know. So I'm even more motivated than ever to get right back to it and just become even better.
I saw Brendan Allen kind of called you out a little bit on Instagram in like a polite way, not like oh I'm anything mean. But did you catch that? Because I guess Derek he trains with Brunson now, and he was mentioning how he wants to
Hmm.
be on that card and he'd love to fight you. Did you see that?
No, not really. I don't know. It's kind of weird. We have the same management and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, I know
I don't know.
that
Maybe he
doesn't
wants to
really
make your
mean,
manager's job easy. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I guess, that
Yeah.
doesn't really mean anything. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
Whatever. We can fight if you want, but I don't know.
Okay. Is there anyone you'd like to fight? Is there anyone on the list? Because you're the. I mean, you got 2 straight wins, 2 finishes in the UFC now. I mean, that's got to look good on the resume.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm never one to pick and choose. Even if
Yeah.
people like say my name, like I think that's kind of weird. Like, I know it's all a part of the game and whatnot, but it's still new to me, and it's like almost out of my character in some aspects. I
Yeah.
just say yes to whoever I come across, whoever my manager says we're fighting. I just say yes, and that's it.
All right. Most important question in this interview: have you caught up yet on the challenge? I don't know if you've been able to see all the episodes since you've been out in Abu Dhabi. Did you see the last episode?
Heck yeah, of course.
Okay, so
Well
what? So
versed.
so I got to ask you about Fessy. I mean, how crazy was that he basically killed his whole alliance? They had the numbers too.
Dude, no mercy. That dude is looking out for himself.
Yeah. Did you like
That's
that move? I
hilarious.
thought it was funny just because, like, once again, Nelson's getting screwed over out of like nothing, right? Because last year it was like he wanted to help
Yeah.
out Corey, and this year it's like out of nowhere he has to fight the guy that was supposed to be his ally, right?
I felt really bad for him. Like you could hear it in his voice. Like it wasn't so much that like Fessy is like way bigger and stuff than him. I felt like it was more like really like this guy's my friend, and like we're
Yeah.
in the same alliance, or a friend, you know, and we're in the same alliance, and then you're gonna do this to me. Like that's like a kick in the nuts, and then we gotta fight.
Yeah. No, it was crazy. The season's gotten like way more open right now. I'm super, super pumped with it. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Did you see that Tori and Jordan broke up, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
So
That
I
kind of
think like
sucks.
I've heard rumblings because her Tori and Fessy I think are a thing or something, and they kind of like alluded to it a little bit on the episode. Did you notice that?
No, I don't.
Because
I
remember
have to
he
rewatch
said to
it.
Tori before he went over, he's like, "Hey, I'm going to take Nelson." Remember, and that's why she picked him or picked him to go
Hmm.
against Nelson.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was more of just a. I did see that. I thought that was more of just like a game thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But the
I
fact that
wouldn't
she
like.
would do it for him is kind of my point, because they got kind of close in the
Yeah,
house. So there
true.
you go.
Yeah.
That's my theory
Fair
there.
point.
So
Fair point.
that'd be like
Fair
if
point.
Dan turned on you, you know, like if you guys were on that show, that'd be terrible, right? So
Oh, that would be terrible.
yeah, I
I'd
don't
be
think Dan would do
crushed.
that though. He's a pretty good guy. Who do you think's gonna win it? Who's your early pick? Do you have one yet? Who do you think's
Uh,
got the kahunas? Because no Johnny Bananas is here, so it's an open playing field at this point.
yeah. Anytime, you know who my favorite is. Anytime CT is on,
Yeah, I was
I'm a
just gonna
big
say
fan of
that's my
CT.
pick too.
Yeah, anytime CT is on, I'm a huge fan of CT. It's funny. There's like highlights of him competing and even like getting into scuffles in the challenge. I watch it before practice and like,
Really? Okay, cool.
yeah, definitely. I love that guy. He is like a big motivating factor to me.
Well, he's changed things around, because he was like almost like a loose cannon for a while there. You remember that fight he had with Adam, where he's like, "Hey, Adam," and then he just went and smashed his face, and then you just see like the camera just shows later, and you see Adam's face like covered in blood, like Calvin Kattar was last night. It was crazy.
Dude, and just like no one could stop him, just nonstop.
Like they had
Just
like
keep
5
going
security
after him.
guys like trying to stop him down. It would be nuts. So there you go. But anyways, I don't want to lose our audience totally here if they haven't watched the challenge here. Puna, thanks so much for doing this, man.
Of
Great
course.
win. Congrats again on getting a statement victory like that. And hopefully, like I said, you've got a lot more social media followers now because of how many people were watching that. So we'll keep tabs on that. But in the meantime, if you got anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, just everyone that's been keeping up with me, everybody that's been supporting me, especially with this fight, is amazing. The support was unreal. I can't even keep up with it. So just thank you to everyone I didn't reach back out to.